Storm Jocelyn is moving across the UK days after Storm Isha wreaked havoc and left 2 people dead. Flights have been cancelled and trains suspended as wind gusts of more than 75 miles an hour were recorded. Meanwhile, thousands of homes have been affected by power cuts, as Mairead Smith reports.
Storm Jocelyn picked up where Isha left off, waves thrashing the Welsh coastline at Aberystwyth. The strongest wind speed so far, 76 miles per hour, was recorded in Aberdaron in Wales. Winds are expected to reach speeds of up to 80 miles per hour in exposed parts of northern and western Scotland. The clean-up of one storm made more difficult by the arrival of another, as strong winds brought down power lines. Electricity North West had to stop work for a while as conditions were too bad. More than 70,000 properties had their power restored, but some are still waiting. In Northern Ireland, 3,000 properties were still without power at 10 o'clock last night. Community centres will be open in some areas this afternoon to help those affected. Trees down and roads like rivers in some parts last night as heavy rain fell. More than 30 flood warnings were in place in Scotland and 20 in England in the early hours of this morning. Early planning had been put in place to help ensure safe train travel to and within Scotland. Trains stopped at 7 o'clock last night and won't run today until the lines are clear. ScotRail say each route will have to undergo a safety inspection before trains are able to operate. Customers whose journey has been cancelled or disrupted can travel 2 days after the date on their ticket or also apply for a refund. The windy, wet weather is set to ease as the day goes on, but the clean-up could continue for some time. Mairead Smith, BBC News.
Storm Jocelyn is bringing fresh disruption to many parts of the UK with wind gusts of up to 97 miles an hour. It comes less than 2 days after Storm Isha caused severe damage and left 2 people dead. Rail travel to and within Scotland was suspended last night because of strong winds and heavy rain. Let's go now to our reporter Dave Guest, who is in Keswick for us this morning, where I know, Dave, there are serious concerns about flooding.
That's right, yes, good morning, Sally. This is one of 3 areas in Cumbria which remain on a flood warning this morning. Behind me is the River Greeta, which runs through Keswick. You'll see that they've had the flood defences up for some time, and the river itself is running higher than normal. It's been swollen by continual rain over the past few days. The rain, thankfully, has stopped for now. But the other problem here has been wind. Currently, the gusts of just under 50 miles an hour. That's actually gone down from when we arrived here this morning, but still, obviously, those warnings remain in place for the time being. 20 flood alerts across Cumbria at the moment. Of course, all this coming hard on the heels of Storm Isha, which caused such disruption in Cumbria just a few days ago. The electricity company, Electricity North West, say they have now managed to reconnect most of the homes which were cut off during Storm Isha, but there are still a few that they're trying to get to. Here in Cumbria, the Windermere Ferry remains halted because of the high winds. Further afield over in Yorkshire, a number of trees have come down. There's been some flooding in the city of York. The Welsh coast has been battered by storms overnight. There was a search and rescue operation last night when reports of somebody having gone into the water. That was suspended because of the bad weather. And down in London, the QE2 Dartford crossing is closed today because of the high winds, and that disruption to rail travel in the north of England and in Scotland will continue throughout the morning whilst they carry out safety checks on the railways.
Certainly very blustery in Manchester this morning. Morning, Carol.
Good morning, both. Good morning to you too. It has been a windy night. Storm Jocelyn has been packing a punch. If I show you the kind of gusts that we've had, so the top 2 are in Wales. Capel Curig, 97 mile an hour gusts. Shap in northern England, Northolt in southern England, still here a gust of 54. Castledurg in Northern Ireland, 71 mile an hour gusts. But South Uist, 74 mile an hour gusts. And the Met Office still has a weather warning out, not just for the Outer Hebrides, but this whole area in the north and west of Scotland. It's valid till 8 o'clock. We could still have gusts up to 80 miles an hour. So still the risk of disruption and also the risk of some damage. So we've got gales still across Scotland and also northern England. There's a lot of dry weather around this morning. Slowly the winds will start to ease as we go through the course of the day.
Hello, good morning. A very windy start to the day. A gust of 54 miles per hour recorded in Northolt overnight. And it stays very windy courtesy of Storm Jocelyn this morning. But that storm continues to clear out towards Scandinavia during the day today. And the winds will gradually start to ease.
Keep it on our toe. You look like you're going to get a bit wet there. Stand out of the way.
Good advice, John. Good morning, everybody. We still have Storm Jocelyn affecting our weather at the moment. The Met Office still has an amber weather warning in force. Then as we head on into Friday, we'll start off with some wintry showers, but a ridge of high pressure is building in from the west. So that means that there'll be a lot of dry, fine and settled weather. It's going to be a fresher day. There'll be some showers peppering the north and the west at times. And these are the temperatures, 6 to 11 degrees. Beyond that, well, the weather's changed slightly for the weekend. It's looking drier. There'll be a bit more sunshine, but at times we will be prone to the chance of rain in the northwest of Scotland.
Lots of places have been battered by storms the last few days. Carol can give us the very latest on the weather. Here she is. Morning, Carol.
Morning, Sally and John. Morning to you too. As well as the strong winds we've been talking about, we've had heavy rain from both storms Isha and storm Jocelyn. In fact, at the moment, there are 37 flood warnings in force in Scotland, 21 in England. These fluctuate, so you can find out more information on the BBC Weather website.
You know, there have been those warnings. Don't stand too close to the coast at this time of year with the storms.
Yes.
It's really dangerous. Carol's not been listening.
She's so brave.
Thank you, John. Good morning, everybody. Thank you to our weather watcher who sent this picture in as well. If you're sending them, make sure you do stay safe. Now, it still is very windy outside at the moment. The Met Office amber weather warning for the north and west of Scotland expires in about 10 minutes or so. But even so, through the morning, we're still looking at gales across the northern half of the country. Only slowly will the wind start to ease. The other thing, of course, with both storms that we've seen recently is there's been a lot of rain. And today, too, the strong winds blowing showers in across Scotland, northern England and also Northern Ireland. And if we run this rainfall accumulation chart right the way through to Sunday, some of us will have a lot of dry weather in the next few days, but especially into the weekend. Look how these greens and yellows appear in the northwest of Scotland. Here's the key. So we're looking at between 80 and 100 millimetres of rain. Some of that also will be melting snow, of course.